MMOPVP.com, and I'm here with Tony Hilliam, CEO of Auron Games, and he is the executive producer of Fury, a new MMOPVP game, which is a very interesting concept. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the gameplay of this?
What we wanted to do was create something different from your traditional MMORPG. So many of the games these days, I call them green fields, where you're just in a green field killing monsters, and it's all about grinding to get to where you want to be, which is either in the end level raid content or in the PvP content. So we said, why don't we get rid of all the boring bits and just put people straight into the end game, straight into the PvP combat. All your advancement, all your loot, all your rewards, all your the abilities that you learn are all done through PvP. So we put that system together, but then we also we ramped up the pace of the RPG combat so that it's a lot more sort of Unreal pacing rather than traditional MMORPG pacing.
Now, how are you going to keep this lag free to keep this smooth?
Okay, we've designed the game around it's quite funny, we just got people coming up the stairway here. Dive in underneath, go on. So so we designed the game around a 500 millisecond lag tolerance. So it's auto-target. So really the lag issue comes more about the line of sight issues rather than actually executing the ability. So you've got a second per execution, so a half-second lag works fine.
So is it a reactive combat system, or is it more focused on the auto-targeting, as you said?
Okay, you've got 400 different abilities, and a lot of those are counters to other abilities. So it requires a lot of situational awareness. It requires a lot of understanding of what abilities you're using, and okay, you're using this, I need to counter with that. So there's a
lot of balance.
And so we call it mental twitch rather than physical twitch.
Okay. Now, I'd seen that you guys are holding a $1 million contest for this. Now, how is that going to work?
Okay, so it's called Fury Challenge. It starts September 15, so you can download the client now. Just go to furychallenge.com. You can download the client, get a key. That gets you into basically the open beta. And what we did is we put together a bunch of advertisers, sponsors, so they're putting in like Dell with computers, video, graphics cards, and then GameStop vouchers, all sorts of hardware, software, subscriptions to IGN, and also we've got a very exciting announcement tomorrow about a new consumer product that's we're actually going to be using their product. We're going to be replacing the power-ups in the game with their product. So this product placement, it's really exciting for them, really exciting for us, but it's just for the challenge. When we go live in October, all the sponsorship stuff comes out and then it's back to the game. So the Fury Challenge is the sponsor level, and
just to kind of raise awareness of the game and get people involved.
And the $1 million, we said, okay, we're going to put a lot of money into marketing. What's the best way of doing that? And so one idea we came up with, which is how the $1 million amount came up, we said, well, whatever we get in terms of sponsor prizes, we can add to that, top it up to $1 million by putting in Fury game cards, Fury subscriptions, this sort of stuff. So, that means we can give out tens of thousands of prizes.
So there's going to be a lot of winners.
Not everyone's going to win, but there'll be a lot of winners.
If you get in there, you play well.
Yeah, you got a good chance.
Cool. That's something we've talked about in our podcast is in-game advertising, and it's kind of an interesting way to do it, to use it as a promotional thing, not to keep it in the final version of the game. And where do you see that heading in coming years?
I really think that games, it's getting to the stage where we have to really explore different business models. The cost of developing these things is just so immense these days, and you've got different players, different player types. Some people have a lot of time, some people don't. And what we've really tried to do is create different options for different types of players. And I see in the future where we'll have like Fury Challenge events on a regular basis, which are sponsored. What I really want to do to get into is prize money. so that you know, it's $5 in, $10 in, you're in the competition, and you know, the winner takes home $100,000, that sort of stuff.
That's an interesting business model. Now, will there be a monthly fee for the game, or how's that going to operate?
Okay, so the business model we've announced for Fury for the game is that you buy the box retail, then it's free to play forever.
Okay.
All the content updates are free, and then we have an optional subscription. So this is where you can choose to pay $10 a month, and you get not power-related stuff. So it's not about, you know, the free players can get the most powerful weapon, they can rank to the highest level, they can unlock all the abilities, but there are certain things that they wouldn't have access to. For instance, selling items on the auction house. In our integrated VoIP, they can listen but not talk. Things such as preferential queuing. You know, if it's busy at peak hours, then the subscribers can go to the front of the queue like you can business class on the airlines.
Okay.
So, you know, but we're really adamant that we don't want people to be able to buy power. It's
right.
more
That's
about,
yeah. I've seen that coming along with some games, and I don't think that's right, because it makes the level of entry where you've got to buy your way in, and you know, it takes a lot away from the game.
Yeah, and again, the way Fury's structured is even if you are at a different level to somebody else, we have a skill-based matchmaking system. So if you're a crap player in good gear, you're going to have a skill rating of 300. Somebody who's a good player in crap gear might have a skill rating of 300 on their way up to when they're going to get to a skill rating of 1,000. So you're going to be fighting against other guys of your level. And this is all about critical mass, is that when you've got 100 players, if 90 of them are good and 10 of them are crap, it's no fun for the crap guys because they're getting the crap beaten out of them. If you've got 100,000 players, well, now you've got 10,000 guys who aren't any good. They're going to have a lot of fun amongst themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good way to level out the playing field and let everyone have a good time with the game. And from what I've seen of it, it sounds very interesting. That's definitely an interesting take on the MMO model and something different. So I can't wait to see what you guys end up with.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different, definitely a lot of fun. And, you know, the reason we're doing Fury Challenge is come in, give it a try, and tell us what you think.
All right. Well, hopefully we can get someone on the Fury Challenge, and maybe we can see if anyone can end up with any prize loot. Any of you fans of New Gen Gamers out there, if you want to sign up, this is the man to see.
FuryChallenge.com.
If you want to get out there and battle him, he'll probably whoop your ass, but hey, that's how it goes, right?
No, just look for, if you want an easy win, look for Boss Man.
Okay.
He's crap.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good luck with your game, and hopefully the Fury Challenge goes well, and
thanks, Ron.
Hopefully you'll have a lot of good times in the future. It sounds like a really interesting game, and something that I really don't see many other games going after, so hopefully you guys can find a nice niche with that, because there's definitely a fierce competitive edge in the MMO world, and I think people have been looking for something where they can focus on that, and so good luck.
Thank you.